Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. We know just leave. We know just leave. We'll first then. What's everybody? Okay, you know clap. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, and we let the children come forward. So everybody come forward. That's good. That's it. That's it. Okay, I tell you what. Let's sing it 2 words at a time. You can also join. You don't have to sing if you don't want to. 2 words at a time. We've done it before in your school. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Wonderful. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. You know that. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Excellent. Welcome. Good morning, children. Now, you're a little bit out of the way there. So, why don't we redistribute some of you? Yes, maybe if some of you can go there, and some of you can go on that side as well. And maybe some can go there.
Yeah. And then if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, showing that line, it's in space. And then you raise which come behind as well. So you go round that.
Come round the front. Yes, come round here. Very good, very good. So, my name is Nati, and this is Jay. And we'd like to welcome you. Who's come here for the first time? Actually, who's come here at all? Oh, you come. When was that?
It was a while ago when I was born.
Oh. I'm not sure if it was open at that time. But anyway, so you, this is a Hindu temple, like it's a small temple, but for us, it's a wonderful place of worship. When you came in, you took your shoes off, didn't you? Why do we take shoes off, do you think? Yes.
Because you want to get muddy?
Yes, we don't get mud into the place of worship. Because we walk on so many things on the roads, on the streets, and some of those things are not so nice. So we don't want to bring them into the temple. In fact, even at home, we wouldn't take our shoes inside them. We would leave them in the patio or somewhere so that we don't make a mess in our home. Cleanliness is very important. Have you heard of the saying, cleanliness is next to godliness? So it's a very nice saying. So now, generally when devotees come, do you see the bell there? They will ring the bell. Jay, would you like to ring the bell? Oh, would you like to ring the bell? So this bell is rung by the devotee as they come in, is to announce that they have come to worship the Lord, to respect the Lord, also to let devotees know that we have arrived. When the devotees come, the first thing they do, this is our altar, so they will approach the altar and they would pay their respects like this, or maybe even they would bend down on the floor like this and make a cry like that. Oh, sorry. So this is one way how we show our respects. So I want to introduce you to the personalities on the altar. Now, when I came to your school, what did we do last time? Does anybody remember? Yes. Yes. What was the story about? Yes. Rama and Krishna. Rama definitely. It was what was a festival? Yes. Do you know the name of the festival? Diwali. What is that festival of? X. Well done. So Rama and Sita were there. Now, now did I also say to you how many gods do Hindus worship? Do you remember? How many gods are there? How many gods are there? One God. That one God, you will know him as by the name of Christ or Allah. We know him by the name of Krishna or Rama or Vishnu. So many different names. And that one God can also expand himself. Do you remember me telling you that? He can become many. So here, there are many forms of God. But there's only, how many gods?
One.
Well done. So do you recognize anybody on the altar? Who do you recognize? Yes. Who's he? What's his name? Rama. What's his name? Yes? Do you remember? Do you know? Do you know? Yes?
Krishna.
What do you say?
Krishna.
Well done. Give a round of applause. Well done. This is Krishna. And he is distinguished by the flute. Do you see the flute in his hands? He loves playing the flute. He loves having fun. He loves making everybody happy. Who else do you recognize? Yes. Where's Sita? No, that's actually his eternal consort's name is Radha. Can you say that?
Radha.
Radha Krishna. Now, where's Ram? Yes.
That one on the floor can kneel down.
Ram. Okay. That's who do you think this is? Yes. Hanuman. That's correct. Where do you think Ram is on this altar? Yes. Yes. So this is Ram, and that's the story which I told you when I came when we celebrated Diwali. Who's next to Ram on this side? Yes. Sita. Well done. This is a really tough question. Who's this next to Ram on the other side? Tough question. Anybody want to care a guess? Have a guess. So this, yes, go on. Tough question. Oh, don't worry. This is Ram's younger brother called Lakshman. Can you say that? Do you remember 3 of them in the forest? And then, of course, we have Hanuman. So we have Radha Krishna, Sita Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman. On this side, we have Chaitanya and Nityananda. Can you say that? Chaitanya, Nityananda. Now see, Krishna came 5,000 years ago to earth to enjoy pastimes. Ram came more like 1,000,000 years ago. But Chaitanya, he came just 500 years ago. And they are also incarnations of God. And their purpose of coming to this world was to show us how we can worship God in this age of Iron Age, this age of Kali, we call it. It's quite a tough age. So how in this tough age we can worship God. So they came and showed us. And on this far right hand side, anybody have a guess what this is? Yes. Rama is there. Yeah. Wow, let's give him a round of applause. But how did you know that? Very intelligent boy. That's great. So try it. He's really unusual personality. He's got beads here, he's got a snake around his neck. He's very unusual. When God wants to touch this world, this material world, because God lives in the spiritual world, but when he wants to interact with our world, he transformed himself as Shiva. Shiva is God at the same time, because he's in touch with this world, he's a little different from God. So very unique position. And next to him is Parvati. Parvati is his eternal consort. So, anybody missing who I have not introduced you to on the altar? Yeah, go on. Right, the picture here, you mean? Or you mean this piece here? Both. So this is actually same as Hanuman here. He's twice in this temple, which is amazing. And this is a picture of Mother Ganga. Have you heard of the river Ganges? So this is a very holy, sacred river in India. And everything pretty much has a personality. Even the rivers is actually a person. So this is the personification of Ganga is this form. That's Mother Ganga. There's also, if you see here, this is small deity of, who's this? Yes. Ganesh. Well done. Give her a round of applause. So Ganesh, he actually is a very special position. He's not God, but he's got a lot of powers given to him by God. And Ganesh is one who removes any obstacles on our path. So many students, Hindu students, worship Ganesh so that they can pass their exams. Ganesh removes the obstacles. But we pray to Ganesh to remove the obstacles on our spiritual. Because this world is quite a tough place to live in. It's not always so easy to remember God. Is that right? What do you think? It's quite tough. So we seek his blessings and auspiciousness so that we can remember God more and more. Good. So that's the introductions done. Takes a while. Any questions? Yes.
Why do we have red in the hand?
Yeah. We also have a little bit red. Theirs is very rare because they want to give auspiciousness. They want to bless us. So their hands are very rare because they're always blessing us. Yes. Right. Who's this, do you think? Behind Krishna. Who do you think that? What does that look like? Yeah. 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 Cow. Well done. Now, you may have heard that Hindus regard cows very important. Have you heard that before? Yes. Okay. See, when our natural mother stops giving us milk, in Hindu scriptures, the Vedas, it is recommended to drink cow's milk because cow's milk nourishes the body and also makes us very intelligent. So the cow is very important because she gives us milk, just like our mother gives us. The cow gives us. She's regarded like our mother, very important. And another important thing is Krishna, the Supreme Lord, he loves cows. When he came to this world 5,000 years ago, he looked after cows. He had 900,000 cows. Is that a lot of cows? And he loves cows very, very much. So wherever he is, the cow is there. So the cow is decorated. He even worships the cow. Can you imagine? God himself worships the cow. How important cow is. Yes. You're very observant. Well done. Yes. Now he always also wears a peacock feather because a peacock is very beautiful. So he's always got a peacock feather. And yes, the artist here has also drawn a peacock because a peacock looks so beautiful. Yes. Very good question. Why is Krishna bluish, blackish color? Why is Ram greenish color? Is that right? So if you see in this room, everybody's got slightly different skin color. Everybody's got slightly different. God's skin color is completely different. It's described in one of our holy books called the Brahma Samhita. The verse goes like this. Vedam Kwanantam Ravindam Dalayatacham Varhavatam Smasitam Vadandarangam Kanda Padoti Maniya Visheshashobam Govindamani Purusham Tamaham Vajami. This is Sanskrit, it's a different type of language, original language. And that verse explains that the color of Krishna's body is that like a freshly formed monsoon rain, very, very beautiful color, which we can't even imagine what the color looks like. It's a very beautiful bluish, blackish color. Very, very beautiful. He's also known as Shyam Sundar. Shyam means black, blackish. Sundar means beautiful, black, beautiful. And Ram's color is described to be a golden greenish color by the scriptures. Their colors are just very, very unique, very beautiful. Very hard for us to contemplate how beautiful they are. Yes. Ah, yes. This is the carrier of Mother Parvati. And this is a bull who is the carrier of Lord Shiva. So he rides on the bull. She rides on the tiger. Yes.
Why are there 3 moons in that one?
Oh, okay. Actually, there's only one moon. This is the effulgence of God. And you may have come across this. I think you've been studying about the Brahman, isn't it? Is that right? The Brahman. Can somebody tell me what you think Brahman is? Yes? Power of 2 gods. What is the Brahman? What have you learned? How is it described to you? Yes. Oh, that's Brahma. That's a little bit different. Brahma is different from Brahman. The names are very, very similar, so it's easy to confuse. But Brahma, the four-headed person, he actually created this universe. He was given the power by Krishna to create this universe. But Brahman is the effulgence emanating from God. Have you heard that before? Ah, okay. Anyway, I will just quickly explain that. When the sun comes out, what follows? When the sun is out, what happens? Yes. Yeah, but what happens when the sun is out? What else? What comes from the sun? What comes from the sun? Sunshine. Very good. Similarly, God has a huge effulgence. It's very bright. And that brightness, that effulgence is called Brahman. And Brahman is all pervading, just like the sunshine shines throughout the universe. Similarly, the effulgence of God is very all pervading, very, very widely distributed. But if the sun wasn't there, would the sunshine be there? No. In the same way, the effulgence of God is there because of God Himself. Any more questions? Yes. Ah, yes. What are these things here? They're called yantras, and they're really, really powerful. These yantras are two-dimensional images of the mantras that we sing. And they really help a lot in focusing our minds, allowing us to meditate very deeply and strongly. So these yantras, they have the impact of bringing different universal forces within the area where they are. Very powerful. Very hard to understand them as well. Yes. Sorry? Oh, yes. This fellow here. He's a tiny version of this fellow here. I only saw him the other day. Very, very cute looking. Okay, who hasn't asked? Yes. You mean in her hand? She's got a lotus flower? This bit here? This bit here? Where? Maybe you know this picture? This flower here, right? Oh, right. What is that? Can you see in the middle? It's a symbol right in the middle. That is the symbol Om. Have you heard Om before? So Om is also another name for God. And often, if we have an opportunity, we will try to do a little bit of meditation. I'll show you how we meditate. By chanting the syllable Om. Good observation. Well done. Oh, that's just to make everything look very nice. We love to offer flowers to God. So it's part of our devotion to God. The flowers are very beautiful. So, and they're fragrant as well. Yes. This one here? Ganesh. Do you remember I was telling you, he is the Lord of auspiciousness. He can remove obstacles from our path. Right in the back. Yeah. That's for you. And you, and you, and you. That's for all of you. When you go out, we'll give you some fruit. Is that okay? Who likes fruit here? Brilliant. Brilliant. So I tell you what, let me tell you a few things about what Hindus believe. Should I do that? And you kids in half 11. 11. Brilliant. So, put your hands down. If I tell you that Hindus believe that we are not this body, who agrees with me? Oh, wow. Okay, a few of you. We are not this body. Who are you? Anybody know? Yes, who are you? Oh my goodness, well done. Okay, so you cut to the chase. I'm going to ask you 3 questions to show you what I mean. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, first question. How big were your bodies when you were born? Show me. Do you have the same body today? Are you the same person?
Yeah.
Brilliant answers. So you can't be the body. Because you told me yourself, your body is changed from when you were baby. You have a different body. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
So you can't be the body. Body's changed. But you also told me you're the same person. So what is the first instruction in one of our most important holy books? This is the Bhagavad Gita. This is like our Bible or like the Quran. Very important holy book. And in this book it explains, the very first instruction is, we are not this body, but we are spirit soul living in this body. And I'll give you an example. In a car, do you need the driver to make the car move? What do you think? Yes, you need the driver. Otherwise the car won't move. Similarly, we are the driver in this body. The soul is the driver. If the soul is in the body, it can do lots of things. Now, how long do you think the soul lives? How long do you think the soul lives? Yes. Not according to the Hindus. How long do the soul live? How long does the soul live? Forever. We will never die. This body it will perish. It will get old and diseased, and it will be finished. But the soul continues to live. So what happens to the soul when the body is finished? What do you think happens to the soul? Yes. You ask. What happens to the soul? It might, but generally what happens to the soul? Yes. It continues to live. What do you think will happen to the soul? I see. Is that your aspiration? No. One more attempt. Yes. It can, if it's in the right situation. I'll tell you, we understand. The soul will move into another body. It gets another body. What's that called? There's a name for that. It starts with R. Close. No. Yes. Yes. Well. So in reincarnation, after the soul leaves this body, you get another body. And what do you think? What type of body will one get? What do you think influences that? What do you think? What type of body one will get? What will influence that? Good. If you do good, you get good back. What's that called? There's an Indian word for it. It starts with K. You do bad things, you get punished. Yes? Karma. Well done. Well done. Karma. So Hindus also believe in karma. So how we are behaving now is we are actually building our next life. If we behave well, good behavior, always respecting others, being kind, helping others, then we continue on our journey of self-discovery. Because at the moment, hardly anybody realizes that we're not this body. But when we get better and better, we are very fortunate. We have got this human form of life. And this human form of life, we can really improve ourselves, our consciousness. Get better and better all the time. Learn more and more all the time. So I told you about reincarnation and karma. These are two quite important aspects of what Hindus believe. Any questions? Yes.
When we die, do you get to see family?
Not necessarily. Probably not. It's a little bit like in our holy books, there's a description of what happens. In a river, sometimes two sticks come together and they go come, never to meet again. Sometimes this is what our situation. We come together with somebody, perhaps as a family, and then after we've gone, we never see them again. But our relationship with God is eternal. That's the most important thing. So what Hindus try to do, because we are continuously in this birth and death cycle, what we want to do is get out of this cycle and go back to the spiritual world where we actually came from and belong. This is what Hindus do. So we want to try to improve our consciousness to such a level that it becomes God conscious. And then we can, after leaving this body, we can go back to the spiritual world. Any questions? Yes. Once you die, will you still remember the past? No, generally not. Most people do not remember the past. And it's a good thing, because you could be sitting next to the person who 10 lives ago stamped on your right foot. And you want revenge. Every time you see that person, I'm going to get you back. So actually, it's a really good thing. You know, even in this life, you know, somebody said something horrible to us yesterday. We remember. A week ago, we'll still remember it. A month ago, we'll still remember that person. Every time we see that person, I'm going to get you back. So can you imagine remembering life after life of people who've done terrible things to us, or we've done terrible things to them? Better to forget. So God allows us to have a clean slate in this life. So we can start again. Good question. Yes. Oh, okay. Let's move on to the next part. Very good. Good questions. So, sometimes when God comes to our world, he comes as a grown-up person straight away. Sometimes he comes a baby. Krishna came as a baby and he grew into a 16-year-old boy, which is what he is eternally. And when he was little, he had this really amazing pastime. This is little baby Krishna. He would steal butter. He was famously known as Makhan Chor, butter thief. And does God need to steal? What do you think? Does God need to steal? No. But actually, what he was doing, he was stealing the hearts of the people that he was taking the butter from. He was really fun-loving. He was very mischievous. Can you imagine God is mischievous?
Yeah.
It doesn't give you the right to be mischievous. Just because God was naughty. But he was naughty in a very sweet way. We know God is great, right? But can you fall in love with somebody who's great? Can you fall in love with somebody just because they're rich? No. But when you see that person is really sweet, what do you think? Fall in love with that person? So this is God. He's not just great, he's very sweet. Good questions, amazing questions. Okay, who hasn't asked? Like, have you not asked? Yes. The dancing, yes. Okay, very good question. Again, maybe. I was saying to you that they came in this age of Kali Yuga, we call it the Iron Age, Chalk Age, to show us how to remember God, worship God. So they used to dance and chant. And especially, they used to sing the song that we sang earlier. So let's do it again. 2 words at a time. You don't have to sing if you don't want to. Okay. Here we have a go. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's see a little louder, a little faster. And we can, yes. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now when devotees come, and they often come once a week usually to the temple, there's a ceremony that is done. And that ceremony we call arti or puja. And we offer different things to God. Because we want to show our appreciation to God for everything He gives us. So we like some incense. This is incense. Very fragrant. What we do, I just give you a very quick demonstration of what happens. By the way, don't play with fire. We ring a bell, and in a circular motion, we offer this incense to the Lord. And we thank Him for the air that He gives us so that we can breathe and live. Very important. And then we light this lamp. There's a little cotton wick in there, together with some clarified butter or oil. Again, we light it. And in a similar way, we offer this lamp to the Lord, and we're thanking Him for many things by offering this lamp. We're thanking Him for giving us the food that we eat, grains, fruit, vegetables. And by the way, Hindus are generally vegetarian. We don't eat meat, fish, or eggs. It's a cruelty-free diet. We're also thanking God for the fire He gives us. This fire allows us to cook the food. But this fire is so important, it's also within us. Did you know that? There's a fire in us. Where do you think that fire might be? Anybody want to have a guess? Where's our fire? In the heart, actually in the belly. Have you heard of the fire of digestion? You haven't? Okay. When we eat, that food goes into the stomach. And it gets digested. There's a fire in the stomach that digests the food, turns it into energy. If that wasn't there, we'd be in big trouble. Couldn't eat after a certain time because it's not digested. So the Lord, He actually enters into us. It's fire is what digests our food. So we thank Him. We offer water to the Lord. In a shell like this, the shell is considered very pure. We offer water to the Lord. And yet, this is what we blow into. Before we do the ceremony. Then we offer flour to the Lord, we offer handkerchief, we offer fans, so many different things. All of this is done to show our gratitude to God for everything He does for us. He maintains us at every level. So we want to show Him we appreciate what you do for us. Okay, I'm running out of time, but I'll take a few questions, and then I'm going to give you a demonstration of meditation. Who hasn't asked, would like to ask? Who has not asked, would like to? Yes. Okay, we offer water to the Lord. So, whatever we cook, for example, we cook it without meat, fish, or eggs. We don't taste it while we're cooking. We cook it with faith that we will get the right amount of salt and sugar, whatever it is, in that preparation. And then we put that, we put whatever we cooked in a special plate, special tray for God. And we take it before Him with the water and we offer it to God. Please, my dear Lord, accept this offering which I have cooked for you with my love. Because we believe that He is a person, not an ordinary person, the supreme person. And we want to please with our devotion. Very nice writing. Well done. Now, I would like to, before we really run out of time, give you a bit of a meditation, yoga demonstration. Are you ready? You can sit nicely, cross-legged. You can put your thumb and index finger together, resting on your knees. If you don't have enough space, you just move it. Yeah. Feel free. And I must say, you've done so well sitting for so long, so nicely. Very good attention. I'm really impressed by you guys. Okay. First, we just want to do some breathing. You breathe in deeply with your nose and breathe out from your mouth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. This alone actually is very powerful. Generally, we don't use our lungs to great capacity. Maybe we use it 10, 20%. We should try to use our lungs much more. And by breathing in deeply, we are actually giving the lungs some exercise, which is very important. And sometimes, even when you're stressed, too much homework, you're going to exam the next day, something, too many chores. Just sitting down, breathing in deeply, breathe out, calms you down. So this time, do it with your eyes closed and focus on the breathing. Okay? Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe. Now, you're going to breathe out, chanting the syllable Om. It goes like this. I'll do a demonstration. Breathe in. Om. It'll be just one breath, as long as you're able to hold it. And nicely. Now, let's try it. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Do it nicely, okay? Then you'll get the benefit of it. And we're going to do it 5 times. 5. But I want you to do something while we're doing the meditation. I want you to focus on the sound. If your mind goes somewhere else, classroom, lunch, home, playground, bring it back again to the sun. Try to keep your mind focused on the sun. Can we try it?
Yeah.
But do it nicely, don't fool around. If you do it nicely, you'll get the full benefit. And I'll explain to you why this is so important after we've done this session. Okay, breathe in. One breath. Number two, breathe in. Relax the shoulders as well. Breathe in, close eyes. Four, breathe in. Last one. Breathe in. Very good. I see most of you were really focused. Who managed to stay focused on the sound? Whose mind went somewhere else? Where did it go? Did you bring it back again to the sound? Or did you stay in the playground? Now, if you're able to just focus on the sound, it means your mind is your friend. But if you weren't able to, perhaps you need to make it. Now, I'll give you a practical example. Tomorrow you got an exam. I don't know if you have. Say the teacher tells you, tomorrow you have an exam, tonight you have to study. Now, you go home, the television is on. And the mind tells you, don't worry about the exam. You know it all already, right? You'll pass it easily. Let's watch the television with your brother or sister. You give in to the mind and you don't study. That means your mind is your enemy, not your friend. But if you go home, the television is on, but you say, no, today I will study, tomorrow I will study. No. That means your mind is your friend. If your mind is your friend, you will be able to achieve anything you want in your life. You will become very powerful, very strong, very determined. But if your mind is not your friend, then it'll be a little struggle. While you're young at this age, try to control them.
Nabby, I think we had a question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a question here. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oops. Yes. How can Brahman, because actually, Brahman is the effulgence of the Lord. This is everywhere. But that's the formal assessment. But what to speak of Brahman? Krishna, or God, he expands it to such a degree that even within our body, there are two souls. We are there. There's another soul with us. And that is known as Paramatma, Supreme Lord. So he extends himself everywhere. While we're in this world, he's always with us. Have you heard, there's a very nice Christian fable where this man gone back to God, in heaven. And he's looking at his life while he was on this planet. And he saw two sets of footprints all the way, except when he was having the hardest time. And he questioned God, my dear Lord, when I was having my most difficult time, where were you? There's only one set of footprints. Where were you? And God said, actually, that's my footprints. I was carrying you. So God is with us all the time. He's present everywhere. And in the Bhagavad Gita, he describes specifically where he can be found. For example, he says, of the mountains, I am the Himalayas. Of taste, I am the taste of water. So whenever you drink water, I always remember God, because he's the taste of water. There's nothing more beautiful, delicious than water. So he's present everywhere. Very nice question. Do we have time for more? What do you think?
One more.
Can-
Yeah, I think we do,
Yeah.
yes, please, maybe three more?
Okay. And who hasn't asked? Would like to ask? Who is not? Have you asked? Okay, go on then.
Um, what-
Why do we have instruments? When we sing, to enhance the meditation while we're singing, we can play instruments like cymbals or a drum. We don't have an example on here. Or sometimes they take an harmonium, like a piano, just to assist with the devotion when we're singing to them. That's the main. Very good, yes.
what kind of that's actually,
This one?
no, but why is a picture next to it?
In the picture. You don't mean him, do you? You do, okay. Very good question. You will have heard of the three murti, right? Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Have you heard of those yet? You have, okay. Of the three, actually there's only one supreme, that's Vishnu. Vishnu is supreme. Brahma, the four-headed Brahma, is like you and me, ordinary soul, but and especially power. And the third is Shiva. His role is incredible. He is one of the most kindest personalities. Everybody has been rejected. He would give them his shelter. He would look after them. He's one of the most kindest, very compassionate, very loving. That's why he's got a snake around him. Usually you run from snakes.
I know.
Well, you should. Anyway, but he gives shelter to even those who are not so nice. He's such an amazing soul. And at the end, when it's time to wrap everything up, he's the one who destroys. When it's the right time. Very, very powerful. Last question. Have you asked before? Have you not asked? You've asked. Who hasn't asked? Have you asked? You haven't. Who hasn't asked? Yeah, go on. Oh, it depends on very much the mood that they came in. Krishna's mood when he came, he was a farm boy, looked after cows. So you see nice countryside behind him, nice trees, cow. Ram, when he came as a king, a prince. So you see grandeur around him. When Chaitanya came, he came very, very simple. So you see a simple background. And Shiva, he lives in Mount Kailash. So background to him is the mountain. Very, very special. Okay, I have to say, I'm really, really impressed. You have done your school, your teachers and your parents proud because you've sat so wonderfully. You sang nicely, you asked great questions, and you've shown wonderful respect. So I'd like to say, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So.
We would like to say thank you. I thought it was really interesting, informative, and I love the meditation. I think I'm going to start doing that. Yeah, really, really great questions that are touching the children. And thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your for having us here and sharing your beliefs with us. Can we give Navi a round of applause?
You're amazing kids. Keep it up. Keep it up. So on the way out, we'll hand it to. Thank you. That's a big one.
So we're going to someone on top, otherwise we have to carry the whole thing. Yeah. Sorry, I think what's down there. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
You go to play a game where it says about it, but it was the
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, So you can ring the bell.
Hello, 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 my name is Hello. Hello.
Krishna, Krishna.